welcome back to my channel, y'all. Woo! But hi y'all. I know it's been a minute since I uploaded my last video. And I want to make this video as kind of like a proper introduction to myself, not only to myself but to the channel. My first video, I kind of just jumped in and just, you know, I started saying what was on my chest. I just kind of was very authentic and just said what I needed to say. But this time I kind of sat down, I wrote some notes. As you guys can see, it's a little more structured and planned this time, because I don't want this just to be something that I haven't, you know, I want it to make sense. I want it to flow. I want it to be an introduction. I want you guys to know what you're going to get from this channel, what you're going to gain, what's the purpose of this channel, what kind of content will you be expecting from this channel as well. I think that is due to you guys, you know, before I just jump in and just get into all the things that I want to show y'all and talk to y'all about, you know. So firstly, my name is Kiera. Of course, I'm 21 years old. I am a small business owner. I'm a hairstylist, a braider in particular. I'm based here in Dallas, Texas. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. You guys will get to see more of my family moving forward. It wouldn't be like me to not include my family in the journey and the things that I'm in this journey, you know, in this YouTube journey. Not only in this YouTube journey, but the spiritual journey that I'll get into a little bit. It just wouldn't be like me. They're so included in that process that it wouldn't even make sense to not show them and to introduce them to you guys as well, and to, you know, allow you guys to get to know them as well. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for you guys to see that. So that's me. I'm not working right now. I'm not the working type of person, if that makes sense, simply because of what I value and what I prioritize in my life. Like a lot of people, they may prioritize the fact that they got to get their bills paid, yes, and they may prioritize that first, and they know that you need money to get that, and you know, to get money you have to have a job. To a lot of people, and I don't knock that at all. I don't knock that mindset at all. My hat goes off to anybody who's getting up, who's going to work every day, who's getting their stuff done. Always, you know, I'm never gonna knock something else because it's not my speed. The reason I say that it's not my speed, because I've always been someone who prioritizes my family. I prioritize my relationships and my children. I prioritize the things that may not make you money, and those are the things that I prioritize in my life. And now, having my business and having it for almost 3 years now, that's become my baby. So that's become something that I love and care about so much and so deeply, and it happens to make me money, which is always a good thing. I love my money as well, y'all. I've never been like a working person, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know what that roots from, what it is, but I've just always been the type of person that wants to go out and do something on my own, discover something, create something that I can take pride in, and I have not full reign and full control, but I have more reign and more control over that than someone just telling me, hey, come in at this time, come in at that time. You know what I mean? But to each his own. I wrote down a few questions that I feel like would be, I wrote down a few questions that I thought would be good questions, introducing questions for us to kind of get to know each other more, and really for you guys to get to know me more. So the first question that I wrote down was, why did I decide to start a YouTube channel? Okay. With me, I struggle with anxiety. I always have struggled with anxiety from like a young age. I remember just thinking a lot, and uncontrollably thinking, you know what I mean? Never having real control over my thoughts. And as I became an adult, I think it got worse, because as a kid, you have your things to worry about, but it's a whole nother realm of worries to worry about when you're an adult. So when as I got older, the anxiety grew on me, and it grew on me And the worse that it got, the harder it became for me to find something that would combat that or that would relieve that for me. So I started a YouTube channel because I was dealing with that, and I still am dealing with that every day. I wanted to share with you guys the things that I'm doing, the steps that I'm taking, the strategies that I use to combat that anxiety. Sometimes I call it spiritual or mental turmoil. It's like, I call it spiritual turmoil, mental turmoil. You know what I mean? And for a lot of years, nothing really worked for me. There was a lot of things that I tried. There was a lot of videos and motivational videos, and I would wake up and look at that and listen to that to get my mind right and get my mind started, but nothing penetrated my spirit until I came across a book called I talked about the book in my last video. I would have to see, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I came across a book and I began to read this book, and I'm like, the way that she's describing what she's going through, I've never heard it. It sounds exactly like what I'm going through, but I've never heard it in that wording, and I never heard it make more sense and be so sensible. I've never heard it brought to such sensible terms. So it really made me connect to this book, and this book also talked about becoming closer to God, to silence your thoughts, to control your thoughts, to come to some type of spiritual peace or spiritual balance through God and through the Word. And I've always been a believer, always. For me, it was about consistently seeking that relationship. I've always said, well, I don't fall into a religion. There is a religion that I fall, that I can relate most to, but I don't fall into religion. I like to depend on relationship. And with that, I noticed that when consistently seeking that relationship with God, consistently seeking those answers, consistently seeking that peace, not just doing one thing every day, not just doing one thing and expecting a complete turnaround and a complete change, especially with how far along the anxiety has come for me. It's deeper than just, try not to think about it, or try, like, even right now, every second I'm having thoughts, you know what I mean? And I'm getting better and better with controlling those thoughts, and I'm getting better and better with identifying myself and getting to know myself and what I like, what I don't like, what I enjoy, what things that relax me, things that trigger me, getting to know those things about myself, and also going closer to God and looking in my Bible and in my Word for answers, because that's where I have found all of my answers. So I started the YouTube to kind of share with you my journey, not only share with you guys my journey, but to touch some people. Everybody it may not touch, everybody may not relate to it, but for me, it's just to put it out there to everybody, to touch those 2 or 3 people that are like me in this world, that are struggling with anxiety, that are struggling with a clouded mind, that's struggling with spiritual and mental turmoil and just disruption. I started this because that book to me, I may be what to somebody what that book was to me. That makes sense? So just like that book came to me and it sparked something in my spirit to really consistently try and consistently keep that desire for that relationship for God, and keep that desire and that hunger for peace, that same fire that book started in me, this video or my last video or my next video or the video after that could be that for somebody. And I think that that's an amazing thing, and I want to use this platform to be that for somebody, because it's a lot of people in our community that struggle with these things, and they don't know which way to go because they're afraid of being judged. They don't know how to express what's going on with them. They just know they're starting to accept anxiety as a part of their life. They're starting to accept impulsive and controlling thoughts as a part of their life, and they're going deeper and deeper into that hole where they don't know how to get out, you know. And the deeper you go, the harder it is to get out. So you have to have even more strength, even more control, even more power over your situation and over your mind, the deeper and deeper that you dig and you go into this hole. Someone who's been dealing with it for a year may not struggle as much as somebody who's in their 20s and has been dealing with it since they were 9, you know. And that's why I'm here, because I'm somebody who's been dealing with anxiety for a really long time, even before I knew how to identify it as that. When I was able to identify it as that, I was dealing with these things for as long as I could remember, you know. Why did I start my YouTube channel? To be of ministry and of service to you, to inform you, to talk to you, to engage with you, to touch you in some way, shape, or form. You know, my channel is not going to be all about this, but this is why I started that channel and this channel. And we'll talk about the other things that you'll see on my channel. But to say why did I start the channel, that was why, because I wanted to touch somebody and reach somebody who needed to hear a prayer, who needed to hear a word, who needed a sense of hope, who needed a way out, you know. Not to say my way will work for you, but even if you don't think anybody else goes through these things, for me to be here and say and stand firmly and say I have went through these things for a long time, that can be soothing for you. That could be soothing for your spirit. That could be relaxing for your spirit, and that could be the determining factor of you going to go see what works for you. What worked for me may not work for you, but just hearing me say that we're going through the same thing, and I had to try so many things before I found something that worked for me, may be what you need to hear. Okay, I had to hear that somebody else is going through what I'm going through, and now I can see what works for me. I can see what works for my journey and what I'm going through. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm here to do, is encourage people to identify what they're going through mentally, what they're going through emotionally, and really spiritually, so that they can find ways to combat that, so they can find ways to get that off of their spirit. You know what I mean? And so with me, that's all I'm trying to do on this YouTube. You know what I mean? Is encourage people and reach out to people and minister to people. You know what I mean? Because it's 2023. People need it. You know. The second question is, what can my viewers expect from this channel? You can expect spiritual and mental warfare conversations. You can expect my intention is for my channel to be a safe space for people to come and to share and to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like, it's a space for people to come and be vulnerable. Aside from the, like I said, spiritual and mental warfare aspect of the channel, I will be doing, of course, my natural hair care videos and my natural hair maintenance videos. You can expect that type of stuff from me. That's another ministry that I want to get into, is, you know, self-acceptance and just working with what you got, doing the best with what you got. A lot of people, a lot of women I hear in my community, and when I say my community, I mean the Black community. In my experience with my people, you'll hear a lot of women say, well, my natural hair is just too much to deal with. It's just too much work. It's just too much work. And I'm like, I felt the same way for a long time. And like I said, I'm a braider. So I would always have my natural hair braided up, put up, just to not have to deal with it. And I don't think that it was because it was too hard to deal with. I think it was simply because I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to maintain it. I didn't know how to keep it the way that I wanted it. I didn't know how to successfully achieve the same styles consistently. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to maintain it. So to me, it was hard because I didn't know. And so now that I am learning, and I know, like, I'm on my journey to learning, and I have my things that I do to dwell in my natural state as far as my hair goes. I want to share it with you. Like, it's the same thing with the spiritual thing. I am learning, and I want to bring you with me. I want to share it with you. I want you to come with me. I want you, and in a way, it'll hold me accountable. You know, if we're taking this journey together, you guys can hold me accountable and say, Kiara, we haven't heard from you in this long. Kiara, our assignment at the end of the last video was to do this. And, you know, did you do this? Did you journal? Did you read your Bible? Did you read your book? I think it's a good way for us to engage and create a safe forum to just thrive, you know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like even physically, you know what I mean? Because I want to start back working out and stuff. Like we all say, I want to start back working out again, you know. Maybe we could get together and hold each other accountable with that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So that's all it is. And also, I may come over here with like some small business videos for anybody who's running, owning, operating a small business of really any kind. Just tips, and you know, I'm opening the floor for advice for me. If you have tips for me, yeah, I just want to teach y'all some stuff, and I want y'all to teach me some stuff, and I want to have a conversation. I'm not here for the views and the glitz and the glam of it all. I'm here for the conversation. That's the part that I'm looking forward to the most, is the conversation, the engagement, some hard truths, some helping each other, some, like, I just want to get my people out of a state of, how do you, in I don't want to say enslavement, because that's not the word. It's like when you're caged up in your, like, you're held back by your thoughts. You're held back by your mind. You're held back by your culture. You're held back by your, you know, you're held back by your family. You know what I mean? I'm looking for them type of people, because I want to have some conversations that's going to break us free. You know, I want to have some conversations that'll have us flying, you know what I mean? Soaring, you know, because that's what you deserve in your life. And if I have to come on YouTube, and if I have to express that, if we have to get on YouTube and get in the comments and have conversations, if we have to go on Instagram Live and have conversations, we will have conversations, and we will have good, meaningful conversations, good, meaningful, respectful conversations. You know what I mean? I'm so excited to have those conversations. My last question was, how can the viewers connect with me, contact me, connect with me? You can always connect with me via Instagram. I put my Instagram inside of the introduction, and that is my business Instagram. You guys can always DM me on Instagram. I'm working on being more consistent on TikTok. Yeah, when TikTok came, I kind of was slow to jump on it. You know what I mean? So I'm just a little behind when it comes to the TikTok wave and, you know, all of this. But hopefully you guys can help me out with that too. And you can also always leave your comments down below. I'm gonna always be reading the comments. I don't care how many down there. I'm gonna always be reading the comments. I'm gonna always be seeing what people have to say. I'm gonna always be open to different perspectives. I'm gonna always be ready to have that conversation and have those hard conversations. And I can't wait for you guys to meet my fiance, because he loves to have those conversations as well, and he's very articulate. He knows how to communicate himself very well. So I would love for you guys to meet my family and get to talk to them too. But if you guys want to reach me, if you guys want to see more about my life and about my business or whatever, my social medias are in the introduction, and you can, like I said, you can always leave your comments down below. So you guys can let me know if you have any more questions, any concerns, any ideas for the channel, anything. Leave them down below. You know, I'm gonna engage with you guys. I'm gonna talk to you guys, and I want to get the conversation started, and I want to get the information flowing already. You know what I mean? But until then, this is my channel. If you want to know, you guys should check out my first video. This is an introduction to me. This is an introduction to my channel. And I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys tune in, and I hope y'all ready to talk. That's my baby.
Mommy.
See y'all later.
Mommy.